got a little delayed there in the beginning. I'm Misty Buck, president of Missing. This is Marketing Monday. We're so glad to have you guys with us as we are every other week. I have a super special guest today. So Tommy over here is normally behind the camera. If you don't know, he is the producer of this show and many of the other shows that happen here week after week. And he's also the CEO and founder of Tastyscout. So Tommy, tell us a little bit about that. And by the way, today we're going to be talking about video marketing.
Which is exactly what I'm all about. So thanks for having me on. I mean, it's my pleasure to hang out with you on this side of the camera. Totally different.
Yes.
But so Tastyscout, I developed an app. It's a tablet-based app that allows you to leave a video review of a restaurant right there after you finish your dining experience. And it pushes it to their social media, to their website, or wherever platforms you want it to be. So it started like I was getting ready to launch St. Patrick's Day. And then COVID happened. So it's been, and I invested a ton of money in it. And so it's just been sitting there because the restaurants aren't at 100%.
Right.
And they're not willing to spend the money because it's a subscription-based plan that they sign up for. And I provide the hardware and set up everything for them, do a training with the staff.
Oh, wow.
And then they're on their own. And it can either be like one that they bring to the table, or it's a freestanding kiosk, or it's a wall-mounted system. Whatever one they think is more, it depends on the setting, like what's the layout of the restaurant and that kind of thing,
right.
Which one works the best. So that's it. It's on hold until, we get out of this COVID thing and we get our shots and can go back full.
We're getting closer.
Full strength.
I think we're getting closer. So I think that is super, super, super cool because video is so important. So I love the idea of encouraging people to leave video testimonials.
Yeah.
I think that is huge. I think that's, no matter what industry you're in, that's definitely something to consider. So let's talk about what we are seeing in video today. I know we're definitely seeing it. It's not going away. It's growing in popularity. So how can I think business owners by now understand that it's an important concept in their marketing, right? A really important piece is the video. So if I'm a small business owner, what are some tools I can use to get started with video? If I'm kind of like in a DIY space.
Okay. Right? So listen, people think, I have to get this expensive camera. It's got to be a DSLR and I got to have all this other stuff and lighting and all that. No, right from your phone. And those spontaneous videos that you shoot live and you upload live are really cool. They're engaging. I think they build like brand awareness and trust in whatever the thing that you're doing. Right. And it makes you more human. It's not like, you're a robot or some weird thing. So it gives your company some real, life to it. Yeah,
absolutely. So I think, you've got this amazing setup, which you guys can't see behind the camera. There's awesome setups that we have here. So if I'm a business owner and I don't have a ton of money, like you just said, to throw into a camera, what can I go for? Should I just use my phone? Is there like an app? Like what's the best way to get started with that?
So for live video, you can just do it right from your phone and upload it directly to Instagram or Facebook or whatever platform you want to use. But then there are a ton of apps that if you want to make it a more produced feel to it, where you're doing some branding, some text over the images or any kind of other kind of graphics and things like that, then there's a ton of apps like Adobe Spark, Canva, Over. There's a bunch of really cool ones, and most of them are free to use. So I would recommend try and find the one that you like the best, that's easiest for you to use. Try a bunch of them and see which one you like the best.
Yeah, I like that because there really are a lot of different apps out there. Most of them are free. A lot of them have paid upgrades, but you can get by, I think, with a lot of these free apps. There's even apps to create stories and to format your stories and the videos that you do there. By the way, if you're watching live, I want to thank you for being here. Go ahead and drop in the comments if you have any specific questions and we'll get them answered. Today, we're talking again all about video marketing. So, and I, again, happy to
Denise,
have Tommy
take off the bottom of the overlay there.
Oh, see? This is
now it's okay right there on that shot, but when
this is live.
You could just take it off and then put it on at the end.
We have,
no, just click on that little on the right side there. There you go. Boom.
This is live, guys. You see all the things that are happening live right here. And when we're talking about live video and we're talking about that realness, that's one of the things that we're talking about, right? It's just giving people access to what's really going on. So commercials are great. Highly produced, edited video is awesome. And there's certainly a place for that. But when you are just trying, people, they're craving this connection, and video and live video behind the scenes stuff is an awesome way to do that.
Yeah. And you've seen the videos that Grant does, and those are usually like 45 seconds. They're insane and he does crazy stuff and acts weird.
Right.
But they're engaging because not only that he's got a huge personality, but the things that he's talking about are cool. And he's in, like, when he's in the restaurant, he's back there making sushi. Like, he had a sushi outfit on, like a chef.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, it was insane. But like getting behind the scenes, talking to the owners, talking to the people that work there, the employees, and then kind of getting a feel for what that place is all about. And in some of those, you can almost like smell how good that pizza is or whatever that thing is. And then he uses the hashtag that's community.
Right.
I'm not sure that hashtags anymore are as valuable as they used to be. I think tagging is something that you want to definitely do, especially in those little 15-second to 1 minute videos. And that's going to get more engagement, I think. So,
right. I agree. And I do think hashtags, so on a broader scale, so if it were, we used the example last week, if it was like a national holiday and there's a reason that and so that's a reason to include a hashtag. If you're someone that's really active on Twitter, hashtags are awesome if you're talking about a specific topic. Although, again, they're not even used as much there. But let's say, for instance, you want to see what who's tagging the national championship college football game, for example. That's about to
Buckeyes.
happen. Let's say you want to, better be careful saying that in Miami.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, it's worse. The other guys, just the same devil. I mean, it's one of the lesser of two evils.
Oh, my God. I would love to talk sports right now. But we're still talking. Yeah. Well, anyways, we digress, right?
Of course.
Always. We're always trying to get to the next topic. So, but anyways, but yeah, so like if you were trying to have a specific conversation around a specific topic, or you were branding a hashtag, like that's community, those are really, really good ways to do that. So let's talk about live for a little bit, because you are really proficient in this. And people are wondering, all right, if I want to do a live stream, number one, what are the channels that I can stream live on? So let's start with that.
Okay. So Facebook, obviously.
Right.
Instagram. YouTube. Can you do live on Twitter? Yeah, I think you can, because we publish.
Used to be able to through Periscope.
Yep. That still exists because that's our distribution channel that we use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. So our videos do from here. In fact, this show will be live on Twitter.
Okay.
So that's another option.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know how easy it would be to do from your phone on multiple platforms.
Right.
I think you have to kind of figure out, like, who is my audience? Where are they going? And they're likely on Instagram more than anything. And then figure out how to make Instagram work for you.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's an excellent point. Where is your audience, and how do you get the most reach for that? Like, where are you going to have the most engagement with? As we know, organic reach is really hard to come by these days, right? It's even harder to do that. Live video is one way around that. If you could do, like, let people know ahead of time, okay, we're going to go live about this topic.
Creating an event or whatever on Facebook.
This is a guest that I have. So now you're cross promoting that live stream. That's another way to do it. So tell us.
Let me ask. I want to ask you a question. So let's talk, because I know one of your clients is Mitch Panter.
Yes, Panter.
And an attorney and law firm. How would they do it? What would their stories be about? Would it be like client testimonials, or would it be like Mitch behind his desk talking to somebody? Or
so we do with them, it's a lot of in the videos that we do produce for them. A lot of them are in their office. So they do have, if you've heard of them, I'm sure you've seen their commercials. They do have these awesome, beautifully produced videos and commercials and overview videos. So if you go to their website or their YouTube channel, you're going to see this amazing overview video that really tells the story of who they are as a firm and people and their culture and their values. But just for like our everyday stuff, I mean, it's literally me with either a camera that I bought or my iPhone asking them questions, and then they answer them. And they're sitting behind their desk or somewhere in their office, and we're doing
so the firm,
I think it depends on your style, though, right?
The firm overview, is that like more than a minute, or is that 60 seconds?
Their firm overview is over a minute.
Okay, so that's got to be on IGTV then.
If we're posting it on Instagram,
right?
Yes.
So so you would post that on what? Facebook, Instagram,
yeah. So
Twitter.
it lives on their YouTube forever, and then the challenging thing I think with some of these other channels is that it can get lost in the shuffle. So. But we'll reintroduce them. So if we have a video, it's still a timely topic, we haven't posted it in a while, we'll post it again, or we'll add it into a newsletter, or we'll use it in a blog. Just, I think, thinking too about how to repurpose what you have if it's something that's like an evergreen topic. So like frequently asked questions are awesome. We're seeing this move towards voice search on our phone. And so people are saying, oh, what's so-and-so, or hey Siri or Alexa. No, I'm not talking to you now. But let's say like Alexa or whatever, you know, like what's the answer to blah, 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 blah. And you have an answer for that. It could very well come up.
Right.
So, and Google will show video search results for YouTube in their search results for certain topics.
So, and it's super important to put something in the description that is relevant to whatever that particular topic is.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then I was going to ask you, what do you think about playlists? Like, I think of those as like highlights on Instagram. So I want to, if I'm going to have like client testimonials is one playlist I would have. Frequently asked questions would be one.
Right.
About the firm would be one.
Right.
So those are all things. So what's your feeling about playlists, and how can you leverage that to get more views and get more people to watch your content?
Yeah, I think you have to absolutely leverage them, particularly on YouTube, and because that's essentially what people are looking for, right? And so let's say I'll go back to the Panther, and San Pedro, because we do have so many amazing videos for them, and we just are constantly building that library. But we have like a playlist for car accidents. We have a playlist for medical malpractice. We have a playlist for construction accidents. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on to all these subsets of their services where we answer questions particular to that topic. And those videos are not long-winded. They're usually about a minute, 2 minutes max, depending on the complexity of the topic. But yeah, that's essentially what we're doing there is creating. And I think that's a really good way. So when people are thinking of content, whether it's video or blogging or social media, or, oh my God, like how do I put together content? I think questions, like just listening to the questions when people call you, hey, blah, 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 whatever their question is, write that question down. That's a topic for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So how important is it to do some branding beginning and end of those videos, some call to action? Like you want them to know where they're located. You want them to know the website so they can find them online and do some more investigating about that particular, for example, Mitch's law firm. So what do you do with branding as far as where that needs to be, and how important is it to be on a video?
So we typically, I mean, there's lots of ways to go about this. I think more than anything, you want to focus on not necessarily a video as a sale, like a hard sell, but as connecting with people. We really want to continue to make sure that you are putting content out there, no matter where it is, or if it's video or whatever, that you're focusing on people. And then, yes, you can say, hey, is this a problem that you have? Here's how we can help you. Contact us here. And I think you can put that on there. But if you're giving people, if you're like, let's think about how you consume media, right? If you happen upon a video and in the first 30 seconds, all they're talking about is who they are and what they do and how you can buy from them, you're not going to last 10 seconds, right? You're going to get out of there. So, but if you're like, okay, I have a question about how to make pizza dough, and like the video is about, I talk a lot about pizza on this show, don't I?
Spaghetti last time.
Spaghetti was last time.
That because it was National Spaghetti Day.
Oh, I love carbs. I can't help it.
And I heard today, I heard on the F Factor, the girl from the F Factor was here and said it's okay to eat carbs. So I feel much better about myself.
There you go. Yeah, you got to have some carbs, right? A little bit of energy. So anyways, but let's say like that's what it is. Like, how do I make pizza dough? Or what's the first thing do I do after a car accident? I'm searching for those things because that's the answer that I want. So you give them the answer, and then you can say, hey, you know, by the way, if you want more resources like this, or if this is a topic that you want to dig into deeper, or if you want to set up a free consultation, or whatever your call to action is, here's how you can contact us. The other thing that you can do is how, you know, we have those labels here of our names and our company. We can you can put that on the bottom of your video and say, hey, like, just have the website there the whole time. So if someone wants more information, they can go to your website, call to action page, your phone number, whatever it is, right? And they can just grab it from there too. But I wouldn't be like super salesy up front. Right.
What do you think about using employees to kind of on their particular personal social media to promote whether it be a restaurant or whether it be
I mean, I think it's up to the individual, right? I work with some organizations where it's tough for us because they work with very sensitive, confidential information and the clients and the population that they're serving. So we have to be very careful about about what we put out there. And then a lot of people too, and understandably so, they're private and they don't want to share about work and they don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. And I think that's perfectly fine. But I think if you have employees that are interested in using social media, this is why you need a social media policy and procedures document that everybody knows what package. It is. Yeah. So, and whether it's on your personal or on the company page, they know like these are the parameters, right? And these are yes, and these are no. Yes topics, no topics.
Right. No politics, usually.
Yeah. I mean, because you don't want an employee, even if it's on their personal account, they're in your uniform, standing in your place of business, talking about their political views, and now someone is thinking that's representing your business,
right? Which it completely might not be,
and it completely might not be. So again, I think it depends on the nature. You can work with somebody in social media. You can even Google social media policy and procedures and adapt one of your own. But if you're going to open that up, then make sure for sure.
Because some of these kids, some of these millennials have tens of thousands of followers on Instagram and stuff.
Right.
So,
and I think that's thinking too, like, is that my audience?
Right. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Right. Like maybe on the side, there's some kind of fashion model and your business is, I don't know. I mean, maybe you're a dry cleaner and that works. That's a perfect sync, so there's perfect synchronicity there.
Right.
But if not, then, just, these are just things to think about.
Talk about insights, like some of the things that you can look into on Instagram. We're talking about audience and getting the right audience and finding the right people. Mm-hmm. How do you use insights, whether it be in Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, to figure out exactly how to start marketing that particular project?
Well, I mean, I think everyone can look at insights, and we certainly do look at insights. We're looking at, again, in your goals, if our goals are more followers, if our goals are more engagement, if our goals are, we want people to click and go to this specific landing page, and then how many of those are converting and filling out a form or whatever it is that we want them to do. But I think that those metrics ultimately are going to depend on what it is that your organization goals are. And when you're looking at those analytics, this is why we want to talk about audience, because you might have a large audience, but then you're like, man, I don't understand why XYZ is not happening, but because I have all these people watching, maybe they're not your target audience quite yet. Maybe you haven't found your audience quite yet. And there's a couple challenges that are coming up around this, by the way. One is we're seeing more people instead of tagging people. So remember, and this still happens. So if you're having a contest or something in particular, it still happens. But I think a lot of people, and I'm seeing this a lot on Instagram, instead of tagging somebody in the comments because there's like a meme or something that you want them to see or a sale or whatever it is, we used to tag people in the comments, and that still happens. But what's happening more and more is someone is sending that as a private direct message. Mm-hmm. We talked a little bit about this last week. That is a challenge for analytics because that's called dark social. That is a private space. We have no idea, and we will not be able to know that Sally sent that to Sue in a direct message. So I think when you're thinking of these analytics, keep these types of things in mind, because it doesn't mean that people aren't seeing your content and interacting with your content. Another example is, I'll give a perfect example. So I do this weekly show every week, right? We post it every week on the community newspapers page. It goes on my page. It goes on my company page. It goes everywhere.
Right.
And maybe I don't see that there's a ton of views, and maybe I don't see that there's a ton of comments or a ton of likes. But then somebody will say to me, who didn't like or comment on that post, somebody will say to me, hey, I like what you said about this. I have a question about this.
Right.
And they'll reach out to me. And so I think those are important considerations. It's not always just the hard numbers.
Right. Right on. Did we cover everything? Or is there anything missing? This is just scribbling I did over here.
So tell us a little bit. Let's talk for really quickly. So this is another question I have for you. This is something I am not good at when I do videos outside of here. Lighting. How the heck do you set up good lighting?
You got to remember that you're going to have you're going to have shadows. So this happened this weekend. So I did a show with David Winker. It was an NFL preview, playoff preview show. And we shot it at Deli Lane inside the tavern side.
Oh, nice.
And so the sun was out big time. So we had to position the table where we weren't getting that ambient light from outside in there. But there's these phones, the cameras on them are so good that you really don't have to do much with it. I shot on Instagram, on IGTV on my phone, and then we had the regular camera set up down there, and I didn't have any extra lighting. I brought it. But when I turned on the Ring, it was just too much. It was,
oh, wow.
It was too much. It was too much.
So really take a look at that natural lighting.
Yeah,
And when you're looking at lighting, you want lighting, I'm assuming, in front of you, because I'm looking at all these lights we have right here.
Yeah.
Instead of behind you. So like, don't stand in front of a window.
Right.
in your house and do a video.
Exactly. Because
turn the camera.
You're gonna
around.
have a shadow on your face.
You're gonna have a shadow on your face. All right. So that's some good stuff to know. What about camera angle? Is there like a trick to camera angles?
I think you want it to just be natural.
Okay.
You don't want it to feel like it's robotic or like a news broadcast.
Right.
So I think the more offset they are and the kind of weirder different things that you can do with like what's your, the person that you're focusing on for that shot, the weirder stuff that you can do with that, the more clunky it looks and feels. I think people like that more.
Okay.
It's more natural. You know what I mean? When it's a more professional setting, like we're doing something for Mitchell,
right.
Then it's got to be on point.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You can't do crazy Grant style stuff.
Crazy Grant style.
Right. He almost did. You got to watch. Did you see the one where he like almost fell out of the kayak into the river?
No. Okay.
Apparently watch that one.
Watch that because
that and the sushi one are my favorite.
And the sushi one.
Yeah.
I miss both of those, man. I have to go check them out. Yeah. That is hilarious.
But here's the thing: like, you just got to go and do it.
I would agree with you.
There's no fear. You got to just say, I'm not going to be afraid of being in front of the camera. Right. Oh, I don't look perfect. My hair's weird or my face is funny. Right. Not everybody is, Brooke Shields. I mean, that's way back. I just brought that up. She's like 60 years old.
Ariana Grande. Who's popular now? Kylie Jenner. I don't know. Beyonce. Whoever you want to bring up. But
right.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I think that people get so... Oh my gosh, people are so nervous about being on camera. And I know, and I'm telling my clients all the time, we got to do video. People love video. When people see your face, even if you think it's the worst picture ever, those are always the most highly, photo or video, the most highly engaged pieces of content that I put out on their social media. It doesn't matter the industry, the month. It doesn't matter. Like for years, this is the way that it's been. And I have clients that they're so shy. And they're like, who wants to see my face? And listen, I'm in marketing because I'm supposed to be behind the scenes, right? Like that's how I grew up. But when I started my business, I had to learn to come forward and I had to learn to speak. And I was not good at public speaking. Oh my God, it was horrible in my college class. And this kind of stuff used to make me super, super nervous. And I've noticed that the more I do it and the less I care about making a mistake, the more natural it becomes. So I feel like that's totally true. You just got to do it.
And it doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't cost
free.
anything.
And then when they're ready to go to the next level, then they call you and say, hey, I want to have these highly produced, really cool videos with graphics and branding and all that stuff.
And then I refer them to you.
However, we can work together on it for sure.
But that's totally the thing. I think you just got to get started and you just got to do it. So really quickly, what is one mistake that you see people make all the time with their videos? Like that you're seeing businesses, maybe you're scrolling through and you're like, man, like I wish I could tell them blank.
Over branding.
I
think so. Yeah, where it's just too much, where there's just a lot of noise, and it's hard to focus on whatever the video is or whatever the content, whatever the message. The message is lost because it's just too busy. There's too much, going on in the shot.
Yeah. So like if you have like, for instance, a cup and like this and
a
that,
hat, a shirt,
a stack of books, a flag, the stand-up banner.
Like, no, don't do it.
We're not gonna like word vomit from Mean Girls. We're not gonna put brand vomit like into our videos because I think you're right. It is
overkill.
It is overkill.
Less is better when it comes to that. I think.
And I think too, always remember
just watermark it. That's all you need. Just to put a watermark. It's subtle. It can be out of the way, but it's still something that people are going to see and connect with whatever your brand is.
Right. There's definitely that balance because you want people to connect with you. And if it's too distracted, they're not going to be able to really listen to what you're saying. So you want them connect with you because remember, people do business with people that they like, period, blank. That's just how it goes. But if you don't tell them how to buy from you, they don't know.
That's right.
So they can't buy from you. Number one, they can't listen. If you're taking anything away today, take this. They can't buy from you if you don't know you exist. So get your videos out there. And number two, they can't take an action if you don't tell them what action to take. So
right. So, and that's the one thing we didn't talk about. I think is pretty important is audio. Like how is the microphone on your phone? And you can get one of those little add-on mics, like a Rode mic that plugs into your iPhone through the lightning port, whatever that. I'm a Samsung guy, so whatever that is, USB-C or whatever that thing is, and you get much better sound, and it's those kind of little it'll
Ooh,
pinpoint
that's a
the
good
audio.
tip. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get one of those actually.
You
I
should.
have one on my camera like that, but I don't have one for my phone.
Yeah, yeah.
And half the time I end up doing videos on my phone because it just is where I'm at and what I'm doing, and that's what I have is my phone.
And there's some really cool tripods, whether they're the little Joby ones or the ones
Right.
that are more that have that way you stabilize the shot and it's not handheld. Doesn't have that. But there's sometimes that you want to have the handheld feel to it.
Right.
You know, it just really depends on what the content's
you're
about. What's
for.
the message I'm trying to get out there?
Right. I think, yeah, if you're doing a somewhat like a behind the scenes of something going on and it's like you're having an event. Remember we used to do events.
Right.
If you're having an event or you're having a sale, or let's say you're just trying to sell, again, we've used this example before, but selling products on Instagram Live. So going live and showing people your products and allowing them to DM you to purchase. I don't think those have to be perfectly edited still videos, but if you're creating a video that you're going to record and then post later, yeah, a tripod. So my tripod even has one of those ring lights that you were just talking about connected to it already. And so that helps with my lighting problem, although it's still not perfect, but
that's all right.
I love coming here because it's like, well, I know the lighting's going to be good.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. All right. So I don't see any comments or anything coming in here, but if you guys do have any questions, go ahead and reach out to us. Again, this is Tommy. He is the founder of Tastyscout. We're going to get Tastyscout in here once restaurants are up and running again.
Soon, hopefully by the summer.
Yeah. And that's video testimonials for your restaurant business.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, hopefully in the summer we'll be good to go with that. Fingers crossed. In the meantime, you have any other questions about how to use video or marketing or messaging, just feel free to reach out to either one of us. Tommy's here all the time at the studio. I'm here every Monday. Let us know in the comments. We will definitely check it out and be happy to help you guys out.
There you go.
So,
all right.
That's it. All right. So I'm going to close out for today. I want to thank you for being here for another Marketing Monday. I know we're just starting the week.
Yeah.
Second full week.
Making sure she doesn't shut it off.
He's producing and producing all at the same time. So anyway, so I want to make sure this is the second full week of January. Make sure you get out there. If things didn't start out quite the way you wanted to, pivot. You can always pivot. You don't have to wait for every Monday. You don't have to wait for a new day. You can do it right now in this moment. Go ahead and do it. Take tiny steps. Keep those goals. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks for being here. And thank you to Tommy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I
enjoyed it.
Next week, guys.
Now you can hit there.